What's up, guys? Jason here. Today is exactly 1 year without Kratom. It's so crazy. It's so crazy to believe it's already been a year. Uh, wow. So I mean, obviously we got to make a video. We gotta share this year experience. This year of this journey, man. Wow. Like, how is it a year already? It's crazy. So last year, August 14th, man, it was a Tuesday last year. That was the last day I used Kratom. Um, and it all started with a friend telling me, like, hey, man, like, if you have the Kratom in your house, like, it's so much harder to quit, you know? And so I was like, you're right, man. And I've been dealing with that so long, like, throwing my stuff away, flushing it down the toilet, and then buying new stuff again. And so I just always kept a little bit on me, like, so in case I did relapse, like I wouldn't waste money, right? But this time, man, this time was like I tapered down to like 10 grams, which really isn't that much. I was up past 40 grams, sometimes even 50 grams some days, man. It was nuts. Uh, but yeah, like, that was it that night. I have the video. I don't know how many of you guys have seen it. I have the video of the night I flushed my Kratom down the toilet, and and that was it. That was it. I made that decision, and wow. It was a bumpy ride at first. Just feeling like vertigo, just weird, out there, anxiety, depression, just really like unexplainable kind of feelings. And it'd be weird because it'd be like up and down, like fluctuation of moods. And just learning how to live again, learning how to like be sober, living how to not rely on a substance or chemicals to get through the day. And wow, it's just tripping me out. It's just tripping me out that it's a year. It's a year. Wow. So, how much? I don't even know where to start. Where do I even start with, like? I guess I'll start with like differences I've seen, differences I've noticed in the last year. Um, Definitely a lot more confidence. First of all, like, um, I'm still growing in that area. I'm still growing in that area for sure, but like I'm a lot more confident. I'm a lot more like straightforward with people. I was, I had a problem trying to like being a people pleaser, trying to like make sure everyone's cool with me, like. And one thing I've really noticed this last year was like with my boss. I've gotten a, like, I'm an independent contractor, so technically he's not my boss. Like, technically I'm my own business, but anyways, he really is my boss in a way. But I've just got more stern with like saying no, like to jobs, and saying no, like I got this like going on, like, and I always used to be like a yes man with him. Yes man, yes, I'll do that, and try to earn his respect. And to be honest, it never earned my respect. It never earned respect. It actually made me look weaker. It made me look like a pushover. Now when I say, hey, I can't do that. I got this going on. I got training. I got Muay Thai. I got Jiu Jitsu. I got plans with my family. Um, yeah, he gets angry, but it is what it is. And it's never to the point where it's like inappropriate for me to do that. Like, I give him Monday through Friday, 6 a.m., even earlier, 5 a.m. till like 5 p.m. every 5 days a week. So the only thing I say now to really is like night jobs after like 5 o'clock. So anyways, enough of that. But like in general too, like being more straightforward with people, even like um, even if it hurts their feelings, you know, like not like I want to hurt anyone's feelings, but like um, just to be blunt, be say what you mean, you know. But at the same time, my relationships have grown so much. So I'll put that topic aside right now. But like my relationships with friends, with my family, have become so much more rich, so much more rich. Like connecting with people. I remember my first few videos after quitting Kratom. You know, like the first few weeks, first couple months. I on Kratom, I always had this awkward feeling, like this awkwardness, like, oh, I wonder what they're thinking of me when I'm talking, and like, I wonder if I look weird. Should I put my hand here, or like, just kind of weird paranoia. And the same thing happened when I was on weed, you know, and it's like, um, that just weird vibes, you know, like, have gone, and like I can really like connect with people, and now I learned how to go to like social events, parties, you know, not like crazy raging parties, but like, you know, pool parties or like get together barbecues, whatever. um, you know, I'm comfortable in my own skin now, man. My whole life, dude, I anytime I had to go to a party or something, man, I had to drink, I had to do something to like feel relaxed or to feel like I fit in. um, Now I'm just like, I show up who I am. I don't need nothing, dude. I don't need a backpack with some green powder in it. I don't need to carry kratom around me. You know, like I don't need anything, man. Like I'm fine with who I am, and that's so liberating. It's so free. You know, I hated like hiding it around. I hated like it was basically like I felt dishonest with everyone in my life. Like I'd go to my family's house, you know, bring my kratom with, you know, when no one's looking, I'd shake up my water bottle full of it and drink it, you know, and I just felt shady. I felt lack of integrity, you know, because I really didn't tell too many people about it. I'd bring it to work, sneaking it around. Um, if someone at work saw it, I just always, it's plant protein. You know, and then I had to lie, man. I don't want to lie. I don't want to like live like that, man, and feel like I'm, you know, dependent on anything. So it's so good to feel free and be, not even feel free, but to be free. Um, Man, guys, I just want to share so much about, man, you know, now, and really like emotions, like handling emotions, man. I used to be like so conscious of like my emotions and like be kind of like weak emotionally. Where like if anything uncomfortable happened, I'd have to like take kratom, or in the past smoke weed, drink whatever, um, to give me a release to handle whatever stresses were coming at me. And now like I've, you know, by being sober, like you have to coping, jeez, man, coping, yeah, wow, learn how to cope, man. You know, like I barely even knew what that word meant, you know. So I've learned how to cope, how to deal with stresses, how to deal with inconvenient things, how to deal with just storms, trials at life that come at you naturally, because you got no other option. What are you gonna like? Just sit there and be all pissed off, or are you gonna deal with it, or are you gonna like change your mindset, change your attitude on whatever's going on, to look at it, you know, in a better perspective, so you can get through it and grow from it, or you know, even just get through it, you know, because you can't give up, man. You gotta go through it. You gotta go through it. Um, yeah, and another thing, anger, man. Kratom made me kind of angry. Like it made me more like driving. Man, I used to have such a problem with road rage, and I don't have that no more at all. No more at all. It's it's like Kratom like activated something in me that made me more on edge. You know, it's hard to explain. And I noticed it because when I tried the few attempts to quit Kratom, um, and then when I would start taking Kratom again, this anger would come up, you know. Um, so I literally, that's one thing that's really faded from me, like huge, is like irritability or anger. You know, I still have it come up very rarely, where I'll be get irritable, but I'm aware of it now. I'm like, hey, hang on a second here, Jason, you're looking at this situation wrong. You're being selfish. Um, you're just not looking at this right. And it usually comes when I'm like comparing myself to other people, or like, you know, really just focusing too much on myself in situations than is necessary. Um, so, man, just being more stable emotionally. And like I said, guys, I started back up, you know, at my martial arts gym too. I started doing Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu again. Um, man, I just tonight I went to Muay Thai, did some Muay Thai, did some Jiu Jitsu. Got choked out a few times. Because I always choose to grapple with people, guys that are better than me, because I just want to grow more. But yeah, anyways. What else could I tell you guys? Wow, there's so much. Oh, I paid off a credit card. Just about to pay off another one. I'm climbing out of debt. I still have a decent amount. I still have some taxes I'm paying off. But, jeez, wow. There's just so much to share. Man, just those good feelings, like just enjoying a sunny day, enjoying that warm feeling with company, with friends, with family. When I was taking Kratom, it's like I stripped myself of all these natural good feeling emotions, and it was just that one Kratom high. You know, without the Kratom, I had no good feelings, but with the Kratom, it would give me like that fake facade that everything's awesome. You know, I feel so good. But even towards the end of taking Kratom, like the Kratom was becoming like powerless. I was barely even feeling anything. That's why like I started to dose such high doses to try to like chase that high again, and I could never really achieve it again. You know, and I've heard someone say like the definition of addiction is not getting enough of something you don't want, and that's so deep. You know, like Kratom, I was like I couldn't get enough of it, and I didn't even want to do it. Towards the end of me doing it, like I didn't even want to do it. And here's I remember one thing, like last year, sitting at the beach when I was still taking Kratom before I quit last summer. I would sit there at the beach by myself. You know, I brought some books or whatever, but I would sit there like, you know, just laying in the sun and be like, I would imagine me being free from Kratom. I imagined it. I imagined me being free from Kratom, and that feeling of being free like felt so good in my imagination. And that like I can't even tell you how like good that felt. Like just imagine it, like if you're still taking Kratom, if you're still taking anything and you don't want to do it no more, literally just sit there and imagine you being free from that. Imagine you not taking it anymore, and and feel the feeling. Feel how it will feel being free. And like that's really a big start of where I got to before I quit. You know, I was tapering down. I got excited actually. Like tapering was really hard for a person like me, man. I got an addictive personality. So tapering, you know, was definitely difficult. But what kept me going, what gave me the drive, the motivation to taper was like the excitement. It's like, hey, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this to, do what's best for me, to have a better life, to, you know. So I got excited about being free. So it gave me motivation, it gave me drive, and then like the night I quit, it's like I felt like, to be honest, I really didn't feel like it was time, all like 100%. But something in me told me like it's time, like quit. You can do this. Like I've made several attempts to quit. I've tapered down, and then after I tapered down to 10 grams, like started going up to 12 again, and then like, it's like no, it's like if this is all I can taper down to, then it's time to make the jump. So, if you guys have watched the first video, you know what I did. Flushed my kratom down the toilet, and here's the biggest key of how I got free, is I didn't do it on my own power. I called on God. I said, God, you are faithful. You will get me through. Just how September will be 2 years without smoking weed. And I did the same exact thing when I quit smoking weed. I got some videos on that too if you guys want to watch them. I'll put a link in the comments here on the video from 1 year ago when I flushed the kratom down the toilet. But anyways, guys, the biggest thing I did was not doing it on my power. I called on God, and put it on God. I put it on camera. I was like, God, I'm making this video to show the world that you are who you say you are. That Jesus, who the Son sets free, is free indeed. I give this to you, Jesus. Like, this is not of me. This is the old me. Like the Bible says, you be born again. Like your old man's dead, you've been reborn. You've been given a new life. And so like this flesh, like this sin desire that we always want to do, right? Like, name anything, is from our old identity. But our new identity is in Christ. And we don't need drugs. We don't need addictions. We don't need to satisfy the flesh and its lustly desires. So I called on Jesus. I said, Jesus, I'm here to prove that you are who you say you are. And here I am a year later, and that's proof. That's proof. Because I could not I tried quitting kratom several times on my own without truly giving it to God, without, trying to do it on my own strength. And then this last time I quit, because there's a thing about letting go, right? It's like, if I'm gonna let go of something, like I got this remote here. If I'm gonna let go of it, I gotta let go of it, right? But what I was trying to do on Kratom before, I was like, I'll give it to you, God. I'll take it back. I'll take it back, And when you let go, you gotta let go, And here's the thing: it's like you gotta trust God. You gotta trust that He is gonna help you. That He is who He says He is. That He is faithful, and there's gonna be a void in you. There's gonna be a void in you, because whatever it is you're dealing with, kratom, weed, drinking, whatever, it's taking up a place in your heart. And by quitting that place in your heart that substance had, that place in my heart that kratom had, was empty. So there's a void in me now, right? But that void, you feel it temporarily, but God comes in. If you trust God, if you call on God, if you believe in Him, He comes in and fills that void with so much more than that drug, than that substance ever offered you. That's the thing. That's the thing is we all have this void in us that only God can fill. That only love. God is love. You know? And until we let God fill that void in us, nothing else satisfies. I mean, some things will temporarily satisfy it, but it's only temporary. You know? So that's what we all are like wired to have, is like God fill that place in our heart. Like that's where the true joy comes. That's where the peace that surpasses all understanding comes from. And it's just so amazing. It's so amazing. So I just wanted to share that, guys. I mean, if it worked for me, it would work for anyone. I'm not any special. I'm not any better than anyone. You know? So, but the thing is, you gotta let go. And yeah, I would recommend tapering. It's gonna make it a lot less painful, a lot less suffering. You know, I tried quitting cold turkey at like 40 grams a day, and man, I went nuts with anxiety, and so I tapered down to 10. You know, but yeah, guys, that's another thing too, is like fear. I had so much fear. Like Kratom like opened the door for fear. I was so fearful about just random stuff. It was like my mind was operating in fear. It's hard to explain, but I had such a fearful state about random stuff. Just so worried about things. I remember worrying like, oh, am I gonna be homeless, or worried about this, worried if I'm ever gonna accomplish anything, you know. And that all that fear mind state left when I quit Kratom. And that's another verse in the Bible. It says, perfect love casts out all fear. And another verse is, God is love. You know? So God, being love, comes in. He's perfect love, casts out all fear. And fear can be any form of depression, anxiety, worry. You know, every thought boils down to either fear or love. And man, getting free from this stuff, like Kratom and substances, like drugs, you know, like it's very interesting. Like the word pharmakia is witchcraft. You know, and it's very interesting. We call like pharmacy, pharmakia, you know, rooted from the same word. So literally, when we take drugs, when we take substances, we're partaking in a form of witchcraft. We open doors for spirits, for the enemy to come in and influence and infiltrate the fortress of our mind. Like, this is real. I mean, even look at the liquor stores, guys. Like, they're called wine and spirits. You know, why do they call it wine and spirits? It's real, man. It's real. So now, like, my fortress, my mind is closed. There's no, I'm not letting the enemy have legal right to my mind. Being sober, you know, not partaking in those things. So yeah, guys, man, this video's getting long, but it is what it is, man. It's like, it's just so much to talk about. I'm trying to like recap a whole year that just went by. I thank God that I've been making videos along this whole entire journey, because I wouldn't be able to capture, you know, that's why I made these videos all along my journey, because I knew like I wouldn't be able to remember every single thing that I was going through. And now, like, all those videos are there for anybody who wants to watch them, for even myself to like reflect upon. It's literally like a video journal, you know, but for the public, you know, because I just want to help people. I know how it feels to feel like you're in chains, to feel like you're like a slave to this stuff and you can't be free. It's a lie. You can be free. Call on Jesus. God's got you. God's got you. So, whew, whew, whew. You guys have any questions, man? Like, comment. I'm here for you guys. If I can help, comment. We'll get connected on email and then talk on the phone. You know, whatever. Talk on Facebook. You know, video chat. Whatever works, guys. But man, I'm here for you, and I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate all you guys being on this journey with me. You know, some of you guys have been here like from the beginning, and it means so much. You guys have helped me so much. You give me so much encouragement. You give me so much like more like to do this for. Like, that's another thing. Jeez, it's like it's so much bigger than me. It's so much bigger than me. Like doing this, I had to get over myself to realize like my life influences so many people. Every one of your lives influences so many people, whether you're aware of it or not. It does. You know, it does. You change if you can help one person change their life, that person's whole world is affected. So you don't even know the amount of people that are being affected from your good that you do. You know? So yeah, guys. Man, I'm just so thankful. Just so thankful, man. I appreciate all of you guys for real. Every single one of you. Yeah. Man, I love you guys, man. I suppose I gotta get off here at some point. But please, please, if you have any inkling or urge or desire to reach out to me, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. I'll help you any way I can. Any way I can. So, with that, I'll call that a wrap. I love you guys. God bless each and every one of you. And as always, hang loose. Peace.